Now, how does the story end? On the undercard, Danny Jacobs, Frankie Elgato Figueroa, Zab Judah, and Dimitri Salita were all victorious. And for the main event, the winner was Joe Calzaghe from Wales, who defeated Roy Jones Jr. And I'm Kristal Hart, reporting from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, can I just say that's just overwhelmed at the moment. It took me 8 years to get a unification fight, and I was more frustrated than anybody else. You know, before the Jeff Lacey fight, I was so frustrated not being given the opportunity to fight the true champions. And obviously along came Jeff Lacey. Two other fights I had, not really choices of my own, until there was a guy from Denmark, a guy called Mikko Kessler, who's over there. So, give a round of applause, man. He's still the best fighter for today, great fighter. So when they came before that fight, I knew Mikko would be a tough fight. But I decided at this stage of my career, I wanted to show the world that I've always been a true champion. There's through no fault of my own, that I didn't get the big fights that I always wanted. So I said that I'd go to Denmark and fight Mikko. Luckily, well, thankfully enough, we brought him to Wales, so won that fight. After I won that fight and become super middleweight champion, undisputed, there's only two more things I wanted to do. And that was come to the States, because you guys never thought I'd come over and beat two legends of the ring. One in Bernard Hopkins and a bigger legend in Roy Jones Jr. Deja vu, man. I got put on my ass twice in the first round in both fights. And we're not in the script, but hey, you know, I think I show what a true champion is all about, coming back, you know, and I just like, thank God, thank my dad, thank my team, everybody, my family. 36, nearly 37, you know, I'm not going to announce anything right now, but I said before the fight, this possibly could be my last fight. Dude, I didn't do, So I'm just really happy. I hope you all enjoyed it. You know, I did. Except for the first round, of course. But thanks, that's all I've got to say. Cheers.
Thanks, Joe. If there are any questions from the press.
Who else is there for you to fight to do any better than what you've done this past year?
Well, that's the sort of answer. I'm going to answer for that right now. That's something I'm going to sort of go away and evaluate. You know, I don't really like to do rematches. There's all smiling over there. Look at Mikko over there, man. Maybe you should fight Hopkins, man. I tell you what, I'll promote now. You fight Hopkins, man. I think that's a good fight. I take care of you and Hopkins. You two fight each other. And I'll sit in the ropes and I'll commentate on you two guys, man. That was that one. I think that's a good fight. But I need to go away, you know, spend some time with family and just have a rest, you know. I'm so happy what I've achieved this year. And listen, man, I can't really give you an answer right now. I slipped. Nothing happened, man. These slippery boots. Oh, I got to change them boots, man. Twice I've worn them boots and twice I've slipped in the first round. Fuck me, what's up?
Hey, Joe.
Shit.
Joe. In the fight against Hopkins, you know, and not only in that fight, another fight, people have questioned your punching power. In this fight, you really seem to demonstrate your punching power. Was that part of your choice? And one other thing, is this the most satisfying?
It's difficult to say right now. Obviously very satisfied with it. You know, my training camp was very good. My hands felt fine. That's something that I've had problems with my hands for years and years. So I was able to train good for this fight. And I had belief in my punching power. I felt that I grew into the weight better for this fight than I did for the Hopkins fight. And I felt stronger. And I knew that I had to make Roy Jones respect my punches. I felt I did. I think I stunned him on quite a few occasions. So yeah, I was happy with it, yeah.
Joe, congratulations. You chose the Garden, you chose Jones because of your sense of history. There isn't a better way of going out than this, is there?
I don't think so. I said a fairy tale fight, fairy tale ending. You know, I enjoyed the fight except for the first round. I was having fun. You know, I was like moving, being flashy myself. You know, it was full credit to Roy. He showed what a champion's heart he has and what a great fighter he is still. Coming back, hanging in there. He was always dangerous. But, you know, when I drop my hands, that's just part of me having fun, you know. So, first round I kept my hands up, I got caught. As soon as I dropped my hands, I didn't get caught, so I can work it out, man. Shit.
Joe, let's assume that you do walk away, that you retire undefeated and you stay retired. Very few fighters at the elite level of the sport have ever done that. How do you feel over time you will rate historically with men like Rocky Marciano and Ricardo Lopez?
That's not for me, that's for you guys to say. You know, all I can say is being world champion, been fighting world title fights for 11 years. You know, I've beaten 6 former world champions, and when I was given the opportunity, I've beaten, you know, fighters like Jeff Lacey. I think obviously Mikko Kessler is a great fighter. He's the best super middleweight in the world right now. And I think he will go on and do great things in the division. And like I said, you know, to come over here and beat 2 American legends in Bernard Hopkins, you see them against Pavlik, the guy is still an excellent fighter, and Roy Jones tonight. Not just beat the guys, but beat them over here in America, man, in the States. So I'm so proud of that. And like I said, I'm not going to make a decision till I go away and have a good sit down and think.
Joe, I'm just conveying this message. There's already a press release put out by the Chad Dawson's Flax that are congratulating you on this victory and saying he'll fight you in a unification fight in Wales. I'd just like to get your comment on that. I'm just conveying the message of it.
Listen, I just stepped out the ring about, what, 15 minutes ago, man. Let me enjoy this fight before I think about fighting somebody else, man. You think I'm a sadist? Shit, man. I just be honest, cut some I know, don't want to bash somebody else. Shit, man. I'll just be chill out for like a few weeks or something, you know? You know, man, you think I love this or what?
Joe.
Yeah, but Chad Dawson, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Joe, can you talk about you know, your strategy in the ring, your just relentless pursuit?
Where am I looking, man?
Right here.
Over there, sir.
Yeah, your relentless pursuit in the ring, you know, your stamina. Now, how much of a factor was this in the win?
Well, it's always a factor. You know, I think my work rate is second to none. And my angles and my movement, you know, it's difficult for opponents to train for. And although Roy Jones is very fast, I felt that I was very, very successful, caught with great shots, and managed to get out of the way of most of his shots. So, hey, work it out, man. Pretty good.
Joe, from the moment you landed the left hand in the 7th round that caused the cut, it seemed that Jones, you know, the injury that he suffered really meant that he was in a shell after that. You know, he really felt that he couldn't kind of, you know, be aggressive from that point on. That's the way it looked. Did you kind of carry him a little bit over the final rounds? I mean, it looked like you could maybe step up the pace a little more than you did in the end.
If I had to, I probably could have, but I was having fun. You know, I was enjoying the fight. I felt I was in control of the fight after the first round. I didn't want to make silly mistakes. I still felt he was quite dangerous from the counters, so I was just in there using my combination punches in and out. And like I said, you know my fitness. I knew I would do the 12 rounds without any problem, and I always felt that Roy would tire more in the second half of the fight. So the longer the fight went on, the more I felt I was in control. So I didn't feel there was a need to go for the knockout. You know, if the knockout came, then fair enough. But you know, he was covering up. He wasn't really letting anything go, and I didn't want to make a stupid mistake and get caught.
Joe, what gave you the confidence to put your head so close to Roy's face with your gloves at your side and not feeling him?
I don't know, man. I do that in the gym. But it's strange. Sometimes I get caught more with my hands up. I'm a bit more unorthodox with my hands by my side because of the angles and the way I move, you know. And I felt that after a few rounds, I could read Roy's combinations with the right hand and left hook. So I felt that I was one step ahead of knowing what he was going to throw. I could read him after the first few rounds. That's one thing I got very good. I can read opponents, what they're going to do, what they're going to throw. Obviously, it took me a couple of rounds to adapt to that. Couldn't get out of the way of the first one, but sort of adjusted to the punches after that, you know. You can't prepare for my style. I have many styles, you know. It's difficult to prepare for me, you know. My style is unorthodox, awkward, fast lateral combinations. You know, it's difficult to prepare for my style. Everybody seems to have an off night against me, so it's obviously for a reason.